Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing my March weekly planners, which are 3 instead of 2, which I was really excited about. And you are seeing me do week, no, which one is this one? 3? Yes, 3, 4, and 5 is the ones that I'm going to be doing. I try to keep it very simple and try to keep the same theme, making it very angular with all of them. I feel like all of them did kind of go that way except the last one, but there was a reason for that, but you'll see when I get to it. First off, I am using the Prismacolor pen, fine liners, not pens, and I'm also using the Faber-Castell pens as well as my Uniball pen and my Crayola orange and yellow markers just to make accents and of course give it color. And like you can see, I am doing very simple, same thing, very flowy type of cursive. I didn't go crazy with any type of calligraphy or anything this time. I kept it the same way I had the last time, and I didn't want to, change it up. I wanted to keep the same theme going. I did all my days in this cursive and I lined them up in the middle just because I felt like I could, I don't know, I wanted to try something different. I felt like I always did the same type, where I have a line on one side and then on the other side, I kind of go to the right. So this time I actually wanted to see everything when I glanced at it, and I love that I could make these boxes right in the middle. And I just wanted to try something different. So I'm going to try it this month, see how it works if I have all these boxes right in the middle and I can still write inside it. And then if I don't like it, then I change it. I did the same thing with my flowing butterflies inside, and then I did this, which is a drop shadow, and I did it with a yellow marker because I felt that I was going to do a lot more orange butterflies in this. I wanted to incorporate more monarch butterflies than I had in the last ones. I felt like I only did sporadic ones, so I tried to just use orange more for the butterflies this time, and it was pretty simple. I mean, I enjoyed it. And I did do a couple, so you see me doing one right now. I did one that's attached to it, and then the one that's right behind the Tuesday. So I did the same things. I tried to outline as much as I could. Remember that they don't have to be perfect. Just make them your own. I enjoyed just doing that, just trying to make them look like them. From far away, they do look really well. So you can't be very detailed with them because you're trying to get so much lines in a small amount of space. So it does make it jumbled. So you don't want to be doing that. And then I use my Uniball pen to get my little white accents in there. And again, I only used orange in all my butterflies that were on the sides and aren't flowing through it, just so it would balance. The same thing I did in my March plan with me, which you guys should go and watch if you haven't gone and seen it. And yep, that was what I did on this page. I liked how this month turned out, but I kind of don't, because that means that the weeks for next month are going to be so perfectly lined up, which I love. But at the same time, I'm like, is that going to be another 5 weeks? Because, you run out of ideas. The ideas kind of don't pile in. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? I don't want to repeat one, but you can repeat. I think if you like consistency, that's a good idea. But if you don't, then you don't have to. And I just like giving you guys variety, and I always try my best to do that. So that's why I was like freaking out. I was like, how am I going to do 5? I don't know what I'm going to do. So it gave me a little bit of time, but I ended up loving how I did each one. And each one is different in its form. So this one kind of mirrors what I did in my last one, but I feel like my other ones kind of do venture out a little bit more, especially next week's. And it gives you a little variety. You guys can see that I'm putting a little bit of orange in there because I feel like it was a little overpowering with the yellow, and I made sure to check this time what my days were because I did mess up again. But it's not a video without me messing up. It really isn't. I'm moving on to week 4 in this one, and these I decided to do the hanging, you could say, boxes. I did a box for each day, and I moved back to my left hand side of my paper or my page, and I did color coordinated, so you can see me drawing in my boxes. I think these were 5 by 4, and I did 5 on one side, 2 on the other side. And again, I always start with Monday because I don't know why. I don't like my week starting with Sunday. I just don't. I don't. That is just, I guess that's a pet peeve of mine. I just don't like doing them, with Sunday. I like Monday. So I went in with my favorite B Castell pen, and I did alternating colors. So I was going to use my Uniball pen to go over each of them, but I thought that was going to be too much black. So I did decide to alternate them like that. And be sure to use the Faber-B Castell pen because the Uniball pen will draw on top of it. It won't bleed into it. So you guys can see me using my Uniball pen. And with the white ones, I actually just went in with my Faber-B Castell pen and I wrote out my numbers. And you can see that I mess up right here. But it's okay because that is the greatest thing about the Uniball pen is that it will go over if you mess up. The one thing I will tell you is make sure that if you mess up to take it off at least as much as possible. You can see me that I rubbed with my finger and then let it dry. Go back later. I am a impatient person and I did not wait. So make sure that you do wait because I don't. And you can see why it turns out a little less pigmented than the other whites that I used in 19 and 21 for the day. It doesn't look as bright, that 3. And then I don't know why, what was my deal with 22? I kept writing it. I wrote it again over here in 25 and I did the same mistake and I really don't know why. I guess I wasn't thinking, but I did the same thing. I cleaned it off with my finger, which I know is kind of nasty. You can use a tissue paper, but I just wanted to make sure that I got it off quickly. And then I did my 5 over it. And then be sure to not apply a lot of pressure because then you guys can see the strokes. So that's a really neat trick to just be light with it. And then, of course, I did my accents and my drop shadows. I alternated these because I wasn't going to put a lot of butterflies in it. I know that this is going to be a busy week for me. So I wanted to have a lot of space. And then, of course, because I didn't want a bland section right there, I wrote notes. You can see me doing a little ombre butterfly here. I always like to give you guys close-ups of that because I don't want you guys to think, why does she never put those on there? I do want to always put one. So just very easy and simple. Just outline the best you can. And then this next week, I kind of went crazy with my monarch butterflies. I wanted to do this in my actual front page, my title page for March, but I hadn't had enough practice with the butterflies. I had been practicing with them, but I felt like it's too big of a challenge. So when I was doing this, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to bite the bullet. If I'm not going to put it at the front, I'm going to put it at the back. So I finally did all my butterflies just flying through all of this page along with the other page. And this is going to be my last weekly planner. And they're just, I don't know if you guys looked in my description box, but if you have, then you guys will see that I wrote a fun fact that monarch butterflies actually migrate during this month. And they do. So I wanted to make sure that that migration was a part of my bullet journal. And I sort of love that my last week is like this because it just wraps up the week and it tells you kind of like a mini little fun fact in there. I didn't write anything in it. I just made my butterflies fly and soar towards the top of the page. And almost all of them are monarch butterflies, but you can see I do very big ones and very small ones. So the small ones are very hard when you're trying to fine line inside and make the lines for the monarch butterfly, but it can be done. You just have to be very careful. And I did variations of sizes. I didn't stick with one size. I wanted them to all kind of look like they were flocking out. And again, you don't have to start it at the right hand side. You can start it right in the middle. I just love the angle of it. I don't know why. I just wanted to do something angled with it. And yeah, I just used my Prismacolor. I think it's my 05 pen. And then I went in with my 005 pen, which is a thinner version. And then I did my fine lines. And then with my Faber-Castell B pen, I went in around to do the black outlines because I know that that's the best pen to use. I feel like I'm a recording when I keep saying that. With my Uniball pen, it will be the perfect pen to use when you guys are doing the white little dots. I just feel like I need to say that so much. I don't know why. But you guys can see me doing that through all of them. I tried not to spare any of them. If they were bigger, I tried to outline them with it. If not, then I tried to use another pen that was a little bit less thick than the B pen because you guys know that that's a brush pen. If you don't, then you do now. So you want to go in with a finer fine liner. And now you see me doing my little fine lines. Again, those are very tricky to do, but just try to make them as much as or as close as possible. I do have my phone as reference, but you guys can't see it in the video. Just so that I'll know how to actually draw. the lines that go inside the butterfly. But again, it's up to you. You don't have to do these specific type of butterflies. You can always do something else. There's other easier forms of butterflies. I just wanted to do monarch butterflies because I love them. They're my favorite butterfly. If I ever do put in a tattoo, I think it'd be this one, but I don't know. I'm not into needles, so that might never happen. Maybe I'll do a fake one. But I love them so much, and I really, really was so excited about March. I'm so excited about spring that it's almost here. So it's just, they're just so perfect for me, and they fit so well with this month. And then now I think I'm going to go into my coloring. Remember that I do shade in, and it does kind of mess up with your yellow. So sorry about that, but you sacrifice the yellow. But I did go in with my orange and yellow, and then with my yellow, I tried to ombre through into the orange so that it didn't look so non-blended. That's the word I'm looking for. And I did it with every single one of them. Again, I tried my best to make sure that you could still see that there was yellow and orange in each one, just so that the colors were balanced, and because we're trying to make sure that all of these are monarch butterflies and they're soaring. Next, I went in with my Faber-Castell F pen and I wrote my days, which I actually did two overlays of them because I wanted them to be a little bit thicker. I felt like they were a little too bland. And you can see I made a mistake there, and I used my Uni-Pol to correct it. Be sure to always wait, because that is the one mistake that I make. I'm so impatient. I said this before today, but I just always go in a little too early, and it makes it a little bleed. So make sure that you wait. And then I wrote out my days. I didn't add dates on this one because I just didn't know how to put them in. So you guys can let me know how, or I'll post it on my Stacia Sketches Instagram on how I did it when I get to this week. But yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my weekly planners. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't. Remember to follow me on all my social medias. They are all linked at the back of this video or in the description box below. I will see you guys next Saturday. Until then, bye.